Test, test, test. Test, test, test.
Testicles.
Oops. I might be live right now. Yep, I am. Cool. It worked. It's okay. I wonder if it's going through here, or if it's going through... Hang on. This is what I want. There we go. That might be a little bit... Hello. All right. Make sure y'all can hear me all right. We are out here in north central Illinois. Currently just to the north and west of Chatsworth, Illinois. Let's refresh our location and see if we can get, or if that's correct. There we go. Location there on the top left. Also, you can see our dot right there on the map. I'll zoom out. You can see today we do have a level 4 out of 5 risk up here. So this is going to be a big day. I'm gonna wait for everybody to join in. I'm also live on YouTube, I believe. I'm gonna go ahead and check that real quick. Yep. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right. Go ahead and trying to get this stream out to as many people as I can, guys, so just bear with me a little bit. Currently, we do not have any watches in effect just yet. We're kind of pre-staging here. Just trying to make sure everything is working correctly. And then I'll get over to the live chat. Robert, Hardin County later tonight could have some severe storms, but nothing like what we're going to see up here in central and north central Illinois. Oh. Sorry about that. Go ahead and, guys, share the stream. Get this out to as many people as possible, especially if you know people in central Illinois, northern Illinois, up around Bloomington, north of Champaign, Joliet, anywhere in the moderate risk area here. Peoria, you know, anybody in these areas. Pontiac, Ottawa, Princeton, Watseka, areas like that. You know, anybody in these areas, go ahead and share this out to them. Get this information out to them. We're going to be tracking these storms all day today for you guys. Kaylee, later on tonight, there could be some severe storms. Like I said, guys, in southern Illinois, it's going to be a lower risk later tonight into maybe tomorrow as well. But definitely nothing like what they're seeing up here. Big time tornado risk here in the areas that are shaded in red on the map that I have north of Champaign, north of Danville area. Like I said, Watseka, Pontiac, Bloomington, Ottawa, Joliet, over toward Peoria, areas like that. Yeah, Robert, you're welcome. Latoya, like I said, anywhere in southern Illinois, Mount Vernon as well, Rita. Lower risk later tonight. We're really here mostly to focus on northern and central Illinois. We did a poll earlier a couple days ago where we asked if you guys would like to see this live streamed up here, because some of you have family, friends, and everything up here in this part of Illinois. And overwhelmingly, you guys voted yes, you wanted to see us chasing up here. So I'm sure some of you guys may be confused. We're definitely not covering anything for southern Illinois right now. We're up here in Chatsworth, Illinois, which is very far north of our viewing area. You're welcome, Latoya. Gonna be a big day up here, guys, so definitely want to stay tuned and hit the like and share button and get this out, because it's gonna be a doozy up here today. We have a level 4 out of 5 risk. I'll pull this up for you guys. We'll go over some of the stuff here with the radar, and you can see this large moderate risk area here that has been drawn by the Storm Prediction Center here in the red shaded area. You can see we're right in the middle of that. There's our dot right here. Yeah, big tornadoes today are possible. Potentially violent tornadoes. Up to EF3 strength. That's the reasonable max intensity that the Storm Prediction Center is expecting. Of course, that could end up being a little higher. But that's about, you know, a reasonable intensity to expect with some of these today. We're definitely keeping our eye on the skies. Currently, no watches are in effect, but we are, again, just staging here, kind of keeping an eye on things, kind of the pre-chase happening right here. Family in Bloomington, Kai, you definitely need to let them know about what's going on today. I'm sure a lot of people are aware. It's a pretty well advertised severe weather event today, but I mean, if you want to tag them into this stream today, we're going to be out here. We're going to be chasing the storms. Several storm chasers are going to be up here with us as well. So we're definitely not the only ones up here, but so yeah, anybody who has family up here needs to know. Christina, Harrisburg, there could be some storms later tonight into the early morning hours on Wednesday in Harrisburg. These are not going to be anything near what we're dealing with up here, so I don't think violent tornadoes are on the table down there. Of course, a couple spin-ups and some damaging winds with the line that comes through later tonight and into tomorrow cannot be ruled out. We'll be giving updates on that for sure, though. We're definitely not leaving Southern Illinois in the dark. Anything that's happening today, we'll be covering it, and we'll be moving down that way after we're done up here anyways. And if anything's going on, we'll go live. We'll post any updates or anything like that. So definitely not leaving y'all in the dark down in Southern Illinois by any means. It's just that there's a much higher chance for something incredibly violent to happen up here in this area. And I know a lot of people have family up here. I know a lot of people have friends up here. This is still Illinois after all. So we're up here just trying to keep everybody informed and safe with this. Yep, you're welcome, Christina, of course. Posted the link to the YouTube as well. We're live on YouTube, so if you guys want to go check that out on there, if you'd rather watch it on the big screen on your TV, I'll post that link down here in the comments right now. And if you're already watching on YouTube, we're also on Facebook. Carson, Champaign is on the edge of the greatest risk area. I think to the north is probably a little bit better chance. I just posted the link to the YouTube as well. Go subscribe, go check that out. Like I said, if you want to pull that up on your TV, that'd probably be a little bit more convenient to watch. Keeping an eye on satellite here. Lots of clearing, you can see that here across the area. We're definitely starting to get toward that time, and I would expect a watch would be issued within the next couple of hours at the latest. Not sure. I mean, this could be close to a PDS tornado watch kind of situation up here, guys. This is a very top end event. Yeah, definitely could see multiple, according to the Storm Prediction Center here, and I'm going to go word for word. They're saying a focused corridor along and just south of the warm front, which I'll show you that here in a second, will have the best potential for multiple strong to intense tornadoes, EF2 to EF3 plus. Accordingly, greater tornado probabilities, 15%, and categorical moderate risk have been included across parts of northern and central Illinois and in northwest Indiana with this update. So yeah, they're definitely expecting, like I said, multiple strong to intense tornadoes up here. So that's dangerous, concerning wording from the Storm Prediction Center there with that, for sure. And like, we'll be up here, like I said, we're gonna be on it. And I'll show you guys kind of where the warm front is sitting right now, if I can. Just give me 1 second. Yep. I'm gonna add a browser here. Sorry about this. Maybe. We're gonna go. Oh. Never mind. second, guys. Here we go. Alright, so here's the Storm Prediction Center's meso-analysis. You can see broad surface low, kind of tightening up a little bit there over the Kansas City area. Here's the current surface observations. You can see along this gradient here in northern and central Illinois, that's the warm front right there. It's definitely lifting north, but you can see the lake breeze is kind of shunting it to the south there as well. So that's actually going to reinforce it right in that area, and it's going to become a very tight gradient, and that's going to create lots of wind shear there along that. It's just now starting to build, not too impressive at the moment, but you can see Cape values pushing 2,000, 2,500 down into southern Illinois right now. This is extreme instability for this time of year. Actually, up here in northern and central Illinois, if we push 3,000 Cape, that could be a record for March. This is more like May kind of numbers, more like May environment up here, so that's definitely not good. So you can see visible satellite, lots of clearing across central much of Illinois there. You can see maybe the southern tip of Illinois, kind of soft in clouds, the very eastern parts of northern and northwestern Illinois, but a lot of Illinois here getting heating, and that's not good. If you're sitting in the sun right now in parts of northern and central Illinois, then you can expect probably some really mean storms later on, because whenever the atmosphere heats up, that creates the energy that you need, and eventually this cap is going to break. Pretty much every forecast model is showing that. I'll pull up here the HRRR, kind of show you guys the latest there. With that, let me make sure. Okay, yeah, we're showing it. Here's the latest HRRR data for today. And this is for 1 o'clock, so about right now. So you can see 2 o'clock, we start to get bubblers, 3, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. So by about 6, we're going to be seeing storms start to pop up according to this HRRR run. And then boom, you can see multiple supercells across this area are going to explode. So that's definitely concerning there, watching these model runs as they come in. Some models had stuff firing off a little bit earlier than that too, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. That's why we went live when we did. Let's pull you back up to the dash and radar here. Yep, you can see big time sunshine heating up the atmosphere, becoming more and more unstable here with time. Tomorrow it looks like most of the action is going to be east of southern Illinois tomorrow. I think that our main threat's going to be during the overnight and early morning hours for southern Illinois. It's going to be a long night, Christina, yes, for pretty much all of Illinois, but mostly the northern half. For southern Illinois, like I said, a little bit lesser of a severe weather risk. Not zero, but definitely a lot lower. Yeah, Thomas, for sure. PDS watch could definitely occur. Somebody said Downers Grove, Illinois. Let me type that in real quick. DuPage County. I think that's going to be kind of a little north of the warm front, but definitely still want to watch out there in Downers Grove. I think that might be a little bit north of where the best tornado ingredients will be. Jenna and Nicole, both the answer to both of your questions is that there will be a low chance for severe weather tonight. Any shifting? Alexandria, right now the warm front's kind of on track for where it was supposed to be. Salmonock, Illinois. Yeah, that's right here in the risk area. Salmonock is definitely in the risk area today. Blandonsville. I'll go ahead and search for that. Yeah, definitely in the risk area there as well in Blandonsville. Maybe a little bit better chances to the north, but definitely in the risk area. And there on the radar, you can see our dot there on the left. We also have our location in the top left corner there as well. Alexandria, Washington, and Marion County will have a low-end tornado threat. Let me go ahead and just pull up the tornado risk for you guys. Here's radar only. Here you go. Here's the risk area right now as it stands. You can see higher risk area up here across northern and central Illinois, right? That's the main risk area. Maybe our St. Louis counties, you can see a 5% tornado risk, so not super high, but not low either there. And then this green area here for most of southern Illinois is a 2% tornado risk. So what that means is that 98% of southern Illinois is not going to see tornadic activity. Now, 2% of southern Illinois could see a spin-up tornado or some damaging winds or something like that. Again, not a high risk, and that's going to be late tonight into tomorrow morning. And there's also a hatched area here, SIG 1 from the Storm Prediction Center, which means if a tornado does occur, it could have a reasonable max intensity of EF1, maybe EF2. I don't really see that personally. I don't see a strong tornado occurring in southern Illinois tonight or tomorrow morning. I won't completely rule it out, but I'm just giving you my honest thoughts on it. But definitely, you know, could see a spin-up tornado there, especially our northern counties. Areas like, let's say, Alton, up toward Vandalia, Effingham area, Greenville. That would probably be the higher tornado risk, and then later on in the night, it'll sweep through the rest of southern Illinois. But again, like I said, main risk much further north of the area. And then, of course, maybe a small chance here within this 5% that stretches all the way back into Texas. And then, of course, the 2%, which is a much lower risk there for most of southern Illinois. So yeah, our red dot is right there. You can see us on the left. We're right smack dab in the middle of that moderate risk, guys. You're welcome, Alexandria. Bolingbrook, Illinois. Stephanie, let me look at exactly where that's at. Yeah, Bolingbrook would be in the risk area. It may be a little bit too far north, but it's, you know, it's right on that edge where it's like so close. You know, here's Bolingbrook. Yeah, I mean, it's in the 5%, but if you just go a little bit south toward Joliet, I mean, you're in the moderate risk. So it's going to be a really tight gradient kind of in that area, so it's definitely worth keeping an eye on in Bolingbrook. Just but we'll have that here on the stream for you guys. If anything does go down in Bolingbrook, if anything goes down anywhere in Illinois, we're going to have that here for you live. We could perhaps even have a tornado live for you guys here. So definitely want to stay tuned for that. I have to cool off some of my devices here. Getting really hot. Appreciate all of you joining, especially on YouTube. If you guys, the link to our YouTube is in the comments. I'll probably pin that comment, actually. Just give me 1 second. pin that comment. So we have a pinned comment. YouTube channel is pinned to the top of the comments here. And so yeah, if you guys want to go check that out, go subscribe to that YouTube channel. We will be, anytime there's severe weather in Southern Illinois, we'll also be live on that YouTube channel for sure as well. Thankfully for Southern Illinois, now not thankfully for people who live up here, and I don't mean to be insensitive, but thankfully in Southern Illinois, we're not dealing with this yet. But we have all spring, and whenever that does occur in Southern Illinois, which it inevitably will at some point, we'll be live here and on YouTube as well. So definitely, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, just pinned the stream there. You go to that YouTube channel, Southern Illinois Weather Information. There's also an imposter YouTube channel that is also named Southern Illinois Weather Information. Make sure you follow that link that's in that pinned comment there. Yep, hot and sunny in Peoria. We're pretty close to Peoria, so I mean it's not good. That's not what you want to see. You do not want to see that on a day like today. But stay weather aware, be prepared. You don't have to be scared as long as you have a plan for if a tornado warning is issued, then you will be fine. And the odds are that your exact location won't be hit by a tornado. So you can think about it like that. Even in this 15% risk area, 85% of this risk area is not going to see a tornado. 15% of the risk area will see a tornado within 25 miles of a given point. So it's very important to keep that in mind, that most of you aren't going to see a tornado. Even on a high, super high-end day like today, most people won't see a tornado. So just be prepared. Don't be afraid. Make sure you have that place that you will go if you need to, if a tornado warning's issued, and keep an eye on the warnings. Keep an eye on this stream. We'll have everything for you guys here. Looks like we got 14 people watching on YouTube. I appreciate that, guys. That is awesome. We're trying to get this YouTube thing going. Jenna on YouTube asks, any severe threat for St. Clair County? There's a 2% tornado risk in St. Clair County for later tonight. We could definitely see a couple of spin-ups there with that. Again, it's not likely. Like, that means that 98% of the area, again, will not see that. But damaging winds, maybe a spin-up tornado is possible there in St. Clair County. So thank you for that question, Jenna, here on YouTube. Monitoring all the chats here, guys, so I'll answer as many questions as possible. Especially right now would be the time to ask questions, because once the chase starts going, we're probably not going to be able to answer too many questions. Everything's malfunctioning. Ow! It's okay. What? No, it's okay. I don't really want it to be sitting up there anyway, because it's in the sun, and I just started to think about, like, if that malfunctioned. I don't know where that came from. Maybe you were sitting on this and that's why your butt was hurting so bad. Yeah, Kaylee, there's a small chance of hail in Shiloh, Illinois. Not a super high threat. I don't think there's going to be anything large or destructive or anything like that. Amber White asked about Earlville, Illinois. Let's see here. Earlville, yeah, you're in the moderate risk in Earlville, so definitely want to stay weather aware today in Earlville, because you are in the level 4 out of 5, I believe. Let me make sure. Yeah, Earlville, actually, you're in the level 3 out of 5, but you're very close. atmosphere is cooking right now, guys. We're getting a lot of heating, a lot of instability building here. Really, really, really appreciate everybody who's on YouTube right now watching on YouTube. Like I said, we're trying to keep that, or trying to get that going for sure. Also in St. Clair County, scared to sleep tonight. This gives me the heebies. Well, definitely don't be afraid to sleep tonight, Julie. You know, it's a very low risk. It's nothing like what they're getting up here, so definitely don't be afraid to sleep. If it makes you feel better, keep your phone next to you or a weather radio or something that may wake you up if you do get a warning. But other than that, it really isn't a high-end risk there in St. Clair County, so definitely nothing to be that worried about, at least with this particular system. Like I said, I do think, you know, we have all of spring to go. So we'll probably see, you know, a lot more severe weather that will affect Southern Illinois at some point. But with this particular system, definitely no reason to be afraid. I understand having storm anxiety. I don't want to scare people. You don't need to be afraid. Just be prepared. That's all it is. You just have to have a plan. Storm cellar, basement, somewhere where you will go, interior room, as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Where you'll go if there's a tornado warning. That's all it is. And, you know, that's all you can do, is be the best prepared that you possibly can. Odds are, tornado's not going to strike your exact location, but if it does, you have that plan, and that's very important in any severe weather event. All the storm chasers are hoarding in around us. I'm kind of a low-key chaser. I like to just sit out in a field away from everybody. It's not that I don't like any of them, but it's just, you know, if we meet, we meet. If we don't, we don't. I'm not really trying to just group up like that. We just like to sit out in the field, kind of focus on the weather, and see what we're going to get today. Again, it's going to be a big day, guys. Level 4 out of 5 for tornadoes. Some could be strong to violent, EF2 to EF3 plus. Storm Prediction Center calling for multiple strong tornadoes here across the risk area, which includes Bloomington, Peoria, Galesburg, Pontiac, Watseka, Joliet, Ottawa, Princeton. Zoom in a little bit more. Streeter, Lakin, Eureka, Pekin, Channahon, south side of Chicago, like Chicago Heights, Tinley Park, Park Forest, Frankfurt, Monee, Peatone, Beecher, Manhattan, down toward Kankakee, Gilman area, north of Champaign. Big time severe weather day today, guys. Really cannot stress enough that this is going to be a volatile setup. I mean, I just opened the window and you can feel just the energy in the air. It's extreme. Just an absolute powder keg waiting to explode out here. One second. See if I can't rig this up where it just like sits in the air conditioning, you know what I mean? Oh, well, it's not gonna work if the phone falls down in the... Sorry. Okay. Sorry, trying to set up my phone where it can stay cool instead of sitting it right in the sun. Which is what it was. Just put it back. Now can I just put it back again? No. Here? Okay. Okay. We should be okay now. I'm not going to be able to open my door, which I didn't think about until just now. That's okay, though. Ridgeway, again, anywhere in southern Illinois. Level 1 risk. So not super high. Norris, it's nowhere near El Dorado. We're way up in northern central Illinois. Pontiac around 3 to 4. I would say so, Aiden. That sounds pretty reasonable. Late tonight for Carrier Mills, Lauren. It'll probably be after midnight. You're welcome, Amber. Sorry I was messing with that for so long, guys. That was annoying. I'm sure that was annoying for you guys as well. Yep, you're welcome, Lauren. Let's go full screen to the dash cam just to show you guys how that looks. Here's dash cam only. Guys, make sure you reload the stream too, because sometimes it may actually be behind. So check the time in the top right. You can see it says 1:32 p.m. And make sure that is at least within a minute or so. I believe those were other storm chasers, but I don't know. Big appreciation for everybody watching on YouTube. 18 people watching right now on YouTube. That's awesome. Litchfield, Illinois, Marlene. Let me just give me 1 second here, and I'll answer your question. For Litchfield, I think the main threat is going to be north of Litchfield, but definitely later on tonight you'll want to keep an eye on the weather. Litchfield's kind of more so in that 5% tornado risk, and then it goes 10, 15 further north of Springfield, 10, and then into Bloomington, the 15%. So, no boy, we got Adam Lucio in Fairbury, which is right over there. I'm a big proponent of chaser etiquette. You know, we don't need to be speeding, we don't need to be passing each other, we don't need to be hogging the roadways up and parking in the middle of the road, putting your tripod up in the middle of the road. Stuff like that. Just as long as everybody has common courtesy, I think storm chasing works. And the storm chasing community is mostly good people, but always a couple stragglers that want to drive crazy and do all that. You're not going to get to the tornado any faster, you know. What are you going to do, save 15 seconds? And it's going to be worth it if you crash into a ditch or something? It's just not. Just doesn't seem logical. You don't have to break the law to get to a tornado. If you position yourself and forecast correctly, I mean, you'll be there and you won't have to worry about anything like that. So if you got to speed to get to a tornado, you've done something wrong. Hi JD, how are you doing today? Yes, Lauren, we'll be live again tonight. If anything's going on in Southern Illinois, we'll definitely, if we're not live, we'll definitely be posting the warnings. Hardin County, Rochelle, level 1 risk, not a high risk at all. It'll be late tonight into the early morning, and that goes for all of Southern Illinois. That's good, JD. I'm glad to hear that. I'm sure you'll be tracking the weather today. You're welcome, Marlene. Driving into Illinois from South Carolina tonight. Instead of dropping into Atlanta, I'm going through North Carolina into Tennessee and trying to be careful. Yeah, especially after dark. Definitely could see some pretty intense storms, but I don't think the tornado risk is particularly high. Definitely be careful hydroplaning and all of that stuff, driving in the rain, especially if you're coming in super early. I think that line of storms will be moving through around 7 a.m.-ish. Any severe storms in Marion County in the morning? Yeah, there's a small chance of that. And actually, you know what? Let's do a rundown of what to expect for Southern Illinois for later. So right now, let's go ahead and go forward here. This is obviously the stuff that's going to hit today. And then later tonight, here's what we're expecting around 6 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. You can see that. Lots of messy rain and storms there across Southern Illinois. Here you go. Kind of hard to read. Here's Mount Vernon. Here's Harrisburg down here. You can see, some strong storms up around Marshall area as well. Let's go to the tornado ingredients. And you can see, there's actually, some tornado ingredients across Southern Illinois in the morning hours. So, something to keep an eye on there with that. And you can see, they're not super high numbers, but, they're nonetheless, even a small risk of a tornado is worth paying attention to. And you can see by 6 o'clock in the morning, lots of shear is going to be available. How much instability is going to be in question given the time of day. It'll be late night into the early morning. But yeah, definitely, keep an eye on that. We'll have updates here for sure. Like, we're not leaving Southern Illinois hanging. That's our main focus. So, yep, Amber, extremely sunny in LaSalle County. That's pretty close to where we're at. It is very sunny. It's definitely getting more and more unstable with time. Oh, let's not do that. My bad, guys. Pull that back to the radar and dash. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're definitely we're cooking. We're getting unstable here, so would not surprise me if the Storm Prediction Center starts considering a tornado watch any minute. Appreciate everybody watching on YouTube. Again, pinned comment is the YouTube channel if you want to go subscribe to that. Appreciate everybody who has already done so. We're at 131 subscribers on YouTube, so that's cool. Remember, guys, make sure you refresh the stream every once in a while. Yeah, JD, I'll look at the instability for tomorrow here. Let's pull that back to mesoanalysis. Go to Cape. Here's surface Cape. You can see we're looking at about 1,000 to maybe 2,000, somewhere in there, 1,800, 1,500 joules of Cape for the early morning hours, and you can see that's kind of as those storms are going to be moving in. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, also, my mom's birthday today, so everybody say happy birthday, Mom, in the comments. She would really love that. Oh, well, that's... I gotta switch over to the dash cam and remember to do that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm a little derpy sometimes. Hey, maybe thank you, Tiffany. Oh, thank you, Jade. Appreciate you guys. That's cute. Also, sorry for having my Facebook up while I typed. That was probably not smart, but either way. I'll remember to, when I'm looking at the model data, pull back up the dash cam when I'm done. Not my brightest move. Oh my god. Lafayette, Indiana. Tiffany, for Lafayette, the main risk is going to be to the north of Lafayette, but definitely want to keep an eye on the weather because you're kind of on that edge where it could end up in your area for sure. So it's not, you know, it's not a guarantee, but keep an eye on the weather. No reason to be afraid. Like I said, most people aren't going to see a tornado today. But if you go under a warning, have a plan of action and make sure that you have either a basement, an interior room with as many walls between you and the outside as possible, maybe an interior closet, something like that. Definitely would come in handy. And as long as you have that plan in place, there's no reason to be afraid. Just if there's a tornado warning, just seek shelter. But again, like I said, Lafayette, mostly areas north of Lafayette, like Monticello, Kentland, Monon, Royal Center, up toward Francisville, Morocco, kind of those areas look a little bit more favorable. But definitely we'll want to keep an eye on it there for sure. Caston, yes, we're live on YouTube. I believe the comment is pinned to the top for the link. If it's not, here, let me repin that. I may have taken that down. But yes, Caston, we are live on YouTube as well. We also posted the link on our Facebook as well. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's a pinned comment, Caston. We're live on YouTube. You can see it there. I don't know if you can, but if not, I'll reply to you with it actually, so you can go check that out. Alright guys, just give me one moment. Alright, we're back. Alright. Could be something trying to fire up a little bit to the west here. I'm not sure. We'll keep an eye on that. Not sure exactly how far north this warm front is, but right now it looks like we're in a pretty good spot. That's weather-wise, Caston. Kaylee, that is possible. There could be some spin-ups and wind damage, but it's going to be very isolated for the Shiloh area. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining our lives. We appreciate that. Anybody who watches our lives, we appreciate it. Yes, JD, I do think that it's possible that we could see a PDS watch up here. It's very possible. Yeah, Tiffany, that actually would help if it can cool it down a little bit. It's definitely not sprinkling or anything here where we're at. Sun is beaming, and we are getting a lot of instability building. You can see everybody's up here with us, all the storm chasers. You can see ours is the red dot there, and then you can see the green kind of outline dots there are other storm chasers that are in the area. See this cumulus field very well. Well, that's good, Tiffany. If you haven't seen any sun, then that is keeping the instability down. So, and again, like I said, I think the better threat is further to the north of Lafayette, Indiana. So, Jesus Sanchez asked what the most likely area today is, and I'll show you that here. The most likely area is the area circled red here on the map. And you can see that includes Peoria, Galesburg, Pontiac, Ottawa, Princeton, Watseka, Illinois, Joliet, Illinois, and then over into Indiana, areas like Merrillville, Crown Point, Knox, Plymouth, Rochester, Kentland, Monticello, Fowler, Wheatfield, North Judson, Francisville, kind of areas like that. You can see this is the area that we're watching the most closely here for severe weather, and it's going to be this red circled area right here. So that's kind of the spot that is the hot spot today for severe weather. But even in that 10% in this yellow outlined area here, you can see significant severe weather there as well. So really this area is the main area to watch, generally speaking. Go ahead and turn the other storm chasers off for a minute so it's kind of less cluttered on here. Oh. Yep, definitely, Tiffany. Jesus Mendota area is in the middle of the moderate risk, so you definitely want to be on alert today to the weather. St. Louis area, Taylor, is just in a level 1. You can see maybe close to that level 2. So low end risk for St. Louis later tonight. Yep, you're welcome, Taylor. Katie, on YouTube, the risk level that Aurora is in. You are in Aurora, you're in the level 1 risk, so better chances to the south, more toward Joliet and Morris area. Right now we are just kind of sitting and waiting for storms to fire, guys. Starting to get a good amount of wind shear over southeastern Iowa there, so that's kind of an area to watch here over the next couple hours. Jeremy, Clinton County is just going to be seeing a level 1 risk tonight. So not a big risk, but definitely want to keep an eye out late tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow. We're mostly here live on this big moderate risk in northern and central Illinois. Oglesby, Illinois is in the moderate risk area. So you're definitely, you'll need to be paying attention here over the next several hours there in Oglesby. That's definitely in the middle of the highest risk today. Yeah, definitely. It is very messy, Doug, for Southern Illinois, but I have looked at the latest HRRR. Really, when we're this close to an event, I don't like to look too much at the models because we're just kind of watching what's happening in real time. But yeah, for sure, gonna be messy in Southern Illinois, but I can't rule out a spin up or two in Southern Illinois later tonight for sure. It's, you know, it's very hit or miss, but definitely could see that. Just hit 2 p.m. here. So expecting initiation within the hour, next hour or two. And looking at some of the latest data, kind of that southeast Iowa area is starting to look interesting. Definitely could get some initiation here within the next couple hours. Keeping a close eye there on that. Yep, we do have a mesoscale discussion. Deepening boundary layer cumulus. Let's throw this up for you guys. Let's read it together. So, it says here, scattered supercell development is expected this afternoon with multiple strong to intense tornadoes possible. A tornado watch will be needed within the next couple of hours. And you can see this area that I was just talking about, this yellow circled area, is kind of where we're watching for development right now. And then the warm front is sort of draped right over us where we're at. But 95% chance that a watch will be issued. It says supercell development along a surface warm front appears likely across portions of the Midwest this afternoon, with a threat for all severe hazards, including hail to 2+ inches in diameter, and the risk for multiple strong to intense tornadoes, EF2 to EF3+. While the timing of convective inhibition remains somewhat uncertain, a tornado watch will be needed to cover this threat within the next 1 to 2 hours. Latest satellite imagery depicts deepening cumulus across portions of northeastern Missouri into southwestern Iowa and western Illinois. Recent surface observations also show an increasingly unstable low-level air mass characterized by low to mid-60s dew points south of a warm frontal boundary. While synoptic scale forcing is expected to remain modest at best, continued low-level moist advection coupled with diurnal heating and strong mid to upper level flow across the Midwest are expected to support scattered severe thunderstorm development this afternoon. Moderate to strong instability in the order of 1,500 to 2,500 joules per kilogram of CAPE, steep mid-level lapse rates of 7 to 8 Celsius per kilometer, and strong effective bulk shear of 50 knots plus will support a very favorable environment for intense supercells capable of all severe hazards. Very large hail of 2+ inches in diameter will be possible initially, while low-level shear is currently modest. Per the ILX 18Z special sounding and VWP, a strengthening south-southwesterly low-level jet will favor an accompanying strong increase in low-level shear and effective SRH through this evening. A resultant enlarged curved low-level hodograph will support intense low-level mesocyclones with supercells and an increasing risk for tornadoes, some within the EF2 to EF3+ range, along and immediately south of the surface warm front. While low-level stability is expected to limit tornado potential north of this boundary, elevated supercells that develop and persist on the cool side of the warm front will continue to pose a threat for large to very large hail. The timing of convective initiation remains a bit uncertain, but a tornado watch will be needed within the next 1 to 2 hours to cover these threats. So yeah, that's this area here that you see circled in red, and right there in the yellow is where they're watching for storms to fire within the next couple of hours. So we're definitely game on here pretty soon, guys. Jake, there is a chance for hail, but it would not be large hail in Jefferson County. And that would again be later tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow. Probably more around like 6, like 4 to 6 a.m. right, so let's take a look here at the latest sounding that they did at 1 o'clock, which was about an hour ago. This is out of, I believe, Lincoln, Illinois. And you can see pretty straight hodograph there, but again, as this warm front enhances that, you're going to definitely see a lot more low-level shear. But what you really want to pay attention to is the space between this dashed line and this solid red line. Whenever you have that much space in between, that's cape. And you can see here, we're observing 1,300 joules per kilogram of mixed layer cape and 2,400 joules per kilogram of surface-based cape. So that's a lot of cape there, guys, that is in the atmosphere, a lot of energy, and it's only building as the day goes on. So we're definitely starting to see that window for severe weather start to open up, and we're going to be seeing storm initiation here within the next... Oh. Did lose connection there for a second, guys. I apologize. Definitely plenty of deep layer shear, though, for supercells to develop. Yep, thank you, Kaylee. Of course, we always are. Try to be, at least. You know, as safe as you can be. You're chasing tornadoes, so it's inherently not a safe thing to do. But you can always take precautions, safety-wise. The biggest thing in storm chasing is actually driving is the most dangerous part, believe it or not. The tornadoes, you know, they're dangerous, but as long as you are an experienced chaser or you know meteorology, you can usually avoid being ran over by a tornado. But what you can't avoid is whenever drivers around you are being erratic or panicking or something of that nature. So that's definitely the more concerning thing for sure. Appreciate everybody watching, especially on YouTube. Really trying to get that going. Have 132 subscribers on YouTube. If you could, guys, click on the link that's pinned in the comments on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. But that's where we're going to be doing our live streams. We'll definitely be doing that for every setup. Starting to get a little more clouds here, though, for sure. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, appreciate everybody joining in now. 20 people in here on Facebook. Definitely appreciate that. Make sure, guys, share the stream. Tag people you know that live in the Peoria area, areas up north. Definitely need to know about this. Again, if you're just now joining us, we are expecting a tornado watch here within the next couple of hours. You can see here, new mesoscale discussion. You can see that area there circled in red is where they're considering the tornado watch, about a 95% chance that they will issue that within the next couple of hours, so it's basically a guarantee. Tornado intensity could be 120 to 150 miles per hour, and look at that hail, 2 to 3.5 inch hail. That's huge. So we're definitely not going to be getting in that today, at least not purposefully. Yeah, so 150 to 150 mile per hour tornado winds there. That's very intense. So they're expecting a max intensity of about an EF3 there, 150 mile per hour. We're about to have a tornado watch pretty soon. Oh, that's good. Ow. And guys, we are just waiting here for storms to fire, so any questions at all that you have, certainly throw them in the chat and we'll answer them for you. I'll be right back, but when I get back, I'll answer anything that you guys have put in the chat. Just give me 1 second. Not out here on these flat river roads, though. It's like right over there. Alright, guys. Had to stretch my legs a little bit. Definitely necessary. You can see here clouds are starting to build up a little bit again, but that's, again, we already have instability building here, so it's really not going to be much of an issue. We already have instability That was really live. So yep, just waiting on the tornado watch and then storm initiation. So quiet for now, but we are definitely going to be building. Yeah, this is the cumulus field right here. See, there's a lot of breaks in these where the sun's shining through. You can see it over there and like all through there. Oh. I'm not convinced this is going to be a PDS watch though. Probably pretty close, but not quite PDS. We'll have to see what they do here. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us here while we wait. Don't worry, the action is not going to start for a couple more hours at the latest, but it's gonna go pretty soon. So definitely make sure to tune in, stay tuned. We're going to be having lots of action here within the next couple of hours. So probably going to go 0 to 100 really fast. It's usually how it goes. Boring, 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 and then bam. Once initiation hits. Alright, we probably need to go a little west from here, actually. Maybe after. Not right now. Let me figure out where I want to be. Yeah, just keep going that way. Alright guys, we're moving. And then you'll get to a main highway and turn right. You can see it over there. stop sign. Let me get out and do something real quick. Thank you. The wind keeps wanting to blow the door back on me. Can you unlock that? Thank you. I'm looking for the hot spot charger. It's around here somewhere. Yeah. Thank you. I would have never found that probably in there. Or thought to look in there. Thank you. Oops. Go straight on that. And drive. Okay. Oh. Why did the camera freeze? There we go. And then you're gonna go right on this highway. Oh, whoa, oh Jesus. That is a rough railroad track. Yep, we need to get a little bit west because I think storms are going to initiate back this way. And a lot of other people are having the same idea, it looks like. Headed back toward Peoria now. And we'll just take this road straight on for a while. so we are headed west. Out of Chatsworth, kind of headed toward Fairbury. We're going to continue west toward Peoria. Oop. Fairbury, Illinois is in the moderate risk, so definitely Jody Lynn, be aware of the weather this afternoon and evening. We're actually about to come into Fairbury right now. Keep going. Give me 1 second, guys. Again, guys, we're just generally headed west right now. Still awaiting initiation. We don't have any storms yet, but definitely stay tuned within the next couple of hours. We're going to reposition here to the west, and then we will have initiation probably, like I said, within the next couple hours. Alright guys, we're here in Fairbury now. Still headed west. I'll show you guys kind of what I'm looking at as far as mesoanalysis. You can see this little bullseye building up right here of some tornado parameters. That's kind of what we're moving toward. I think this is where initiation is going to be happening here within the next couple hours. So we're positioning to the west now. I'm going to kind of get over here into this. You can see on visible satellite agitated cumulus field here. So that's indicative of an environment that's becoming more and more favorable here for tornadoes. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. So we're just headed west.
go straight.
Yes. All right, guys. Look at this wind farm we got going on here. Big windmills. Right here in front. Reminds me of the Greenfield, Iowa tornado a couple years ago. Ripped right into a wind farm and just completely obliterated one of these things. And looking at how big they are, it's actually pretty crazy that a tornado could do that. So every time I see these, I'm kind of reminded of that and just how powerful Mother Nature really can be. Really cool. You don't really realize how big these things are until you're right next to them. From far away, they don't look that big, but from up here, they are huge. Sorry about the connection issues, guys. Every once in a while, we're going to come into areas that are not great for signal. That's just kind of the nature of live streaming when you're driving. Casey, I think St. Louis is just going to be in the low risk today. So better chances further north. So yeah, but overnight, definitely keep an eye on the weather. You know, a couple spin ups are possible. Interesting. A lot of people like to just follow certain storm chasers, but that's not how I really chase. I just kind of stick to what I'm seeing. I mean, I definitely have respect for a lot of people out there in the field, like Reed Timmer, Brad Arnold, people like that. But I would never just follow anybody just for the heck of it. If they happen to be going the same way I'm going, cool. But yeah, I just think it's kind of weird to have people just following you like that. It's probably really annoying for them as well. And if they need to turn around or something and you're riding their tail, it's just really annoying in general. But it's kind of better if we spread out, kind of cover more ground. Everybody has their own kind of thing they're thinking. And I just think that's better in general if you just kind of stick to your own forecast and your own knowledge. Because if you're just out here following somebody, then you really probably don't know what you're doing. And that's not good. You don't want to be out here chasing on a day like this if you have no experience chasing, forecasting, or anything like that. It's really not smart. But to each their own, and there's always going to be people who are following people, etc. So it just is what it is, I guess. But yeah, definitely big time environment here. Thermodynamically, we do have 2500 Cape now coming up. Let's go to the mixed layer Cape. And yeah, we have about 2,500 mixed layer Cape starting to build up here in the initiation zone, so definitely want to check that out. Oh wow, we got a huge wide load coming through. That's cool. Interesting. It's a puppy dog. Hanging his head out. He's like, I know there's a tornado coming, Mom. What are you doing? We gotta get home. They know. They know. We're now in Chinoa. Oh, wow. It's almost like an Amish house. Like an Amish built house. That's what it reminded me of. Well, apparently the signal here in Chinoa is not very good. That's cool. It'll come back, right? Perhaps. Oh, here it comes. Oh, wow. There's a lot of really beautiful houses here in Chinoa. Oh, gosh. Oh, that was the other one, thank God. Thought that was that one. I was like, no. I must have left that on. I was like, ain't no way. Chinoa Family Restaurant. Looks like it's actually closed. Keep going straight. Expecting the tornado watch to get issued fairly soon, guys. Probably will hold off on that, the Storm Prediction Center, until there is a little bit of convective initiation. That's usually how that goes. We got 78 degrees out here right now, guys. We're talking about late spring kind of heat and energy levels, so any storm that can tap into this kind of energy is going to explode. Storm chasers for sure. Storm chasers for sure. You don't know where he's going. Brad's sniffing a tornado somewhere. He's going north. May not be a bad play, but I think we're going to continue west. I really feel good about this little bullseye back here to the west. 3,500 Cape. down just to the northwest of St. Louis, which is crazy. Let me show you guys this. Yeah, look at this little bubble of 3,500 mixed layer Cape. That's crazy. And this gradient, you can see this is the warm front. It becomes a little bit more diffuse as you go east. That's kind of why I'm going west right now. Really packed tight gradient there, right over the Iowa-Illinois border, where Iowa, Illinois, and Missouri kind of meet there. So that's sort of where we're headed, just kind of generally west, and waiting for convective initiation there. But very, very volatile atmosphere is starting to shape up. And still showing that bullseye. That's kind of what I'm eyeing right now. Winds are definitely backing along that front too. Wind shear's becoming more favorable. Definitely got a little short wave in the 700 millibar right there. Maybe one just off to our east too, but main short wave is kind of right there. So kind of hard to pick it out, but it's rotating through there. One second, guys. Alright guys, we're continuing west. It's probably gonna be, we're gonna be going west for a little while, so just waiting for initiation here. Where's your map? I'll put something in. Should be getting a tornado watch very soon. Not quite yet. New outlook though. Pretty much stayed the same. There's a little updraft going up around Ottawa. I don't know if that's going to do anything. It's pretty close to the warm front, but I think it's going to go north of it eventually. So that may not be the play. That's gonna probably end up north. Here, you're about to go left and merge onto the interstate up here. That interstate, but it's going to be up a little bit. Keep going, where that car's turning. That's interesting. It's a big antique store. Like, that's huge. If that's actually like full of antique stuff, that'd be crazy.
I wanna go.
No, not that way. This way. Don't follow him. I don't know what the heck he's doing. He decided to pull a U-turn suddenly. Yeah, this thing's gonna loop way around. Some towers right there going up. You can see them. Whoa. Appreciate all you guys subscribing on YouTube. That's awesome. 135 subs now on YouTube. Again, remember to refresh the stream and make sure the time on the top left is matching the current time that it is where you're at, so that you'll know where you're watching something that's live and not a little delayed. Brandon Kopic's about to pass us going this way on the road beside us. Nope, we're not going to see him because the semi is going to block us. Wah. Alright guys, connection's a little wonky here. Currently on I-35, 39, sorry, I-39 going north. Still waiting on that tornado watch, but it will be issued soon. Tornado watch for Texas has been issued. I'll go ahead and show you that. Here you go. New tornado watch in effect for portions of Texas. If you know anybody in Abilene, San Angelo Junction, Del Rio, Texas area, tornado watch is in effect until 10 o'clock tonight. Pretty high risks for tornadoes here, moderate. EF2 plus, moderate. So, definitely a big day going on down there as well. A lot of chasers picking between these two targets. Some people stayed in Texas today. Obviously, being from Illinois, it's a lot easier to take this target. Excuse me, this target. Alright, let's get off the next exit. We won't go to there. In 1 mile. And then we can pull off for a little bit. Oh wow, look at that. There's a tower going up right there, actually. Right here in front, guys, look at this tower going up. You can see the anvil kind of shooting off of it right here. Interesting. Base down here, right there. Definitely something to watch. Alright, guys. Well, we're just kind of like, but I guess you kind of need to be off the road. It's a very narrow road. But, alright, guys, we're near Minonk, Illinois, and currently, you know, still pretty quiet. We do have some towers trying to go up around us. But we'll have to see how that progresses. Definitely some updrafts are trying to go up, but so far nothing has really popped too much. Oh. Lightning strike in near Bloomington. That's interesting. Maybe that over there. We'll have to see what happens here. Uh-oh. Right here. Alright, we need to go east. Alright guys, we do have a blip on the radar here that I'm kind of watching. Let me pull you full screen radar real quick. You can see that blip down there near Bloomington with lightning on it. Go ahead and, yeah, left. So, you can see that right here. That's kind of the storm that I'm watching. This is going to move off to the northeast. We're just going to go due east, maybe toward Pontiac, and try to see what that thing does. This might be one of our storms, guys. I'll have to watch it over the next couple scans. Right now it's just a blip, but they all start out like that. I'll keep directing you which way to go. Stay ahead of it. Oh man. It did have a lightning strike on it pretty quickly, so. Yeah, that might be getting a top on it already. Look at that, guys. Starting to become at least somewhat of a tall thunderstorm there. So we're going to watch that. Throw you back to dash cam. Alright, keep going. Over the interstate here. Then you're going to turn right on your first right after the interstate, after we get over it. see those cars on over there.
Up there.
You're way up there, yeah.
I'm gonna go in the
See those cars way over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to
Oh my gosh, look. Yep, that's gonna be a storm. First storm of the day, guys. Here we go. Right there, yep. Pretty good positioning here. You can definitely see that right here. Got the storm circled there. Red dot is us. We're going to stay out in front of it. Give it time to mature if it does mature. Definitely looks healthy. And it's very near that warm frontal boundary. So once it does latch on, it could turn right, become a tornado producer. Babe, not yet. Never mind. Okay, keep going on this road for a little while. And then we're gonna turn on 116. See 116 right there. You're gonna go to there and turn, which will be to our left. Alright, keeping an eye on this storm on radar, guys. This is our first storm of the day. Right there. Oh yeah, look at the tower of it. Here we go. Beep. Wow. Actually, it's right there. Alright, you're about to turn on 116 here to the left. See it coming up right there. It's actually probably a little further away. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be your next left though. Right here. Looks like we might have another chaser right there. Yep. What? The windmills? It's definitely going up. Fair enough. Yep. I'll let you know. We're gonna get a little out in front of it, in the path of it. Yeah, keep on going. Perfect. Tower's going up. I think we have a new tornado watch. It's not showing up. Should be issued any minute though. Yep, still not yet. But with this storm going up, it's probably going to be soon. Look at these cumulus towers in front of us, guys. Once this, the cap is starting to break. Once it goes, it's gonna go. just keep going through. It's gonna latch onto that warm front, I think. It's gonna be a problem.
Keep going.
Yeah. We're we're in good position for it. See what happens with it.
How much longer?
Like 30 minutes or so, probably. Maybe not, probably not even that long, but. Ooh, look at that. It just fired. It just went big. Yep. This is going to be a chance to intercept something crazy, probably. Alright, guys. Take a look at our storm now. I mean, this thing has a hail core at this point, and it is starting to fire up fast. I think it will connect with the warm front pretty soon as well, so got a great view of the base of it too. That's, I mean, we're gonna see. Really good call by me to go after this though. Whenever I saw it blip up, when I saw lightning, that's whenever I knew. I was like, the cat broke. Like when you see lightning, the cat broke. And once the cat breaks, I mean, like this is gonna go crazy. All right, we can probably stop pretty soon. Pull off to the right whenever you can. To the left, actually. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my blown up fast behind us. You'll have a left pretty soon, Like right up here. See that power, how the power lines are going that way? Yep. Yep, you can just slow down here. Slow down, go that way. Right here. And then let's turn and face this way somehow. Look over there. Look at that. I mean, this thing's blowing up fast. We're about to have a view, guys. Yay, that looks perfect. And you'll be able to turn and face, yep. Looking right into the base of it. Look at that hail core opening up. Oh my gosh.
Okay, right here.
Yeah. Look at that, guys. Wow. It's going up fast. 1 second, guys. I'm going to get some footage of this real quick. Alright guys, we do have tornado watch. We'll go ahead and look at that. Let me pull that up for you here. Well, doors open. That was a weird noise. I've never heard that one before. Yep, go left. Yeah, just wait, you're good. Alright guys, continuing to pursue the cell. It's moving northeast pretty quickly. Got a lot of lightning now. But we're staying well ahead of it. Severe thunderstorm warning on it. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind. It's moving 40 miles per hour. Starting to get a hook. Severe thunderstorm warning for McLean in Woodford County. You can see that popped up there on the stream, guys. Watching for any right turn with this supercell. There's the new tornado watch. High risk for tornadoes, moderate for EF2+. Couple of strong to intense tornadoes, so same wording we've been using all day, guys. Kind of the same thing. Keep going across the interstate. So I'll bring up this tornado watch for you guys real quick. Tornado watch is in effect until 11 o'clock tonight. You can see here high risk of tornadoes on this. Tornado watch number 32. You're going to want to get over to the left because we are going to go left up here. Well, after the stoplight probably would be a good time. Turn left on 66, right? Or, yeah, right here. See it? Yep. It's really starting to look good. See that? It's kind of got that inflow notch on it. It's organizing. Yep, it's starting to get a little bit of inflow there near Panola. Oh, that's okay. We're good. That's why we stay way out ahead of it, so that this kind of stuff doesn't do anything to us. So you guys, maybe could be starting to get a little bit of that hook shape to it. Definitely a little bit of inflow coming in right here to the west of, or to the east of Panola, excuse me. So that's definitely something to watch over the next couple frames. Stay on this road for quite a while. Unless it turns right. Yeah. It just blew up again. Severe thunderstorm warning for our location now. Ooh. Oh man. Alright, so take this left right here. It's gonna go up like that. It's gonna be right here. Yeah, right here, right here, right here. Sorry. A little late notice there, my bad. You're gonna get a red light anyway. It's okay. Look at this inflow. And look at this. It's ramping up again. This is probably going to be it. Stay out ahead of it until it's really ready to mature. It could latch onto this boundary at any minute. We're gonna stay on this road.
Straight.
Yep, stay on it. We're gonna go up like this on this road, and then we're gonna curve around here, and it's gonna be coming right up at us. Should be perfect. I also want an east option, which we do have. Good, good. And then we got norths. Yep. Good road networks. Looks like someone's turning in front of us there. Armchair, I use meteorology. I'm a storm chaser, but I use meteorology. Sorry about that. Been doing this, been interested in this since I was very, very young. Since I was probably as long as I can remember, really. Uh-oh. What the heck? Alright. Something. Why is that happening? Hold on 1 second, guys. Oops. What in the world?
Look at this, babe.
Yeah, I know. What the heck? Come on now. One second, guys.